Today, we're going to talk about how to invest your first $100. First 100 smackaroos. First big bills. Your first 100 blue faces. Well, I guess a blue face is only one $100 bill. Let's just get into it. What's up, everybody, and welcome to Master Money. My name is Andrew, host of the Personal Finance Podcast and founder of MasterMoney.com. And today, we're going to be talking about how you can invest your first $100. Now, if you're new to investing, one of the biggest things to understand is that investing is the very first step in truly building wealth. If you want to catapult yourself and build generational wealth for you and your family, you have to invest your money. It is the most powerful thing that you can do in this world. So what I'm going to do today is show you exactly what I would do if I was investing my first $100. So the biggest thing I would do first is make sure that you open a brokerage account, because if you don't have a brokerage account, you can't invest your money. So you have to open a brokerage account, put your $100 into that brokerage account. Once your $100 is in the brokerage account, then you can go ahead and invest it. And one of the best brokerages for beginners is M1 Finance. And I'll leave a link to them down below, but they have one of the best systems for beginners. It's easy to use. You can do it on your phone. It's super, super simple. Now, the biggest question I get is, where would you actually invest your first $100? And there were three things that I would research if I was investing my first $100. There's three things I would consider. The first one is an ETF. And if you've never heard of an ETF, what it stands for is an exchange traded fund. And all that means is it's a big basket of stocks that mirrors an index. So it's similar to what you've heard of people talk about, like an index fund, but an ETF trades like a stock. So that's the differentiator between an ETF and an index fund. And what an ETF does, it allows you to buy a large basket of stocks so that all you have to do is make one purchase and you could buy a massive amount of amazing companies. Here are some of my favorite ETFs for you to research. VOO, which is buying the S&P 500 through Vanguard. VTI, which is buying the total stock market index through Vanguard. Or QQQ, which is one that tracks the NASDAQ 100. Let's take VOO, for example. When you buy VOO, you're buying 500 of the best companies in the US. You can think of things like Tesla, Johnson & Johnson, Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, just to name a few. And these are amazing companies that you're buying all at the same time. That's the amazing power, because what happens here is when you buy an exchange traded fund or an ETF, you're buying an index. And studies have shown that people who just buy an index, lazy investors who just index and chill, who buy the ETF, will actually outperform people who jump in and out of the market. And they'll even outperform professional investors. That's the most amazing thing about this. So look into ETFs, do your research, and see if any of them make sense for you with your first $100. And one thing to note is that if the ETF is worth more than $100, like some of these ETFs may be trading for more than $100, you can buy fractional shares. And that's what's so powerful about this, because if you buy fractional shares, you can start to build up your portfolio that way as well. The second thing that I would invest my first $100 in is what is called a dividend stock. And specifically, I love dividend aristocrats. And what dividend aristocrats are, they are stocks that have increased their dividend for over 25 years. So consistently, they've increased the amount that they're paying investors for 25 years or longer. So you can think of companies like McDonald's, Walmart, Johnson & Johnson. There's a number of amazing companies that are on the dividend aristocrat list. But the reason why I love these companies is when they increase the amount of dividends that they're paying out to you, that means your cash flow increases. So over time, your income goes up, which is absolutely amazing for wealth building, because you have to actually allow your income to increase. It's one of the biggest catapults when it comes to building wealth, is allowing your income to increase. So over time, your money just begins to compound. So if you've never heard of a dividend, what a dividend is, it's when a company actually takes its profits and hands it to the shareholder. So it's a company's actually sharing its profits with you. And it's a tremendous benefit to those who actually take advantage of it. So you can look up what a company's dividend is by looking up the yield if you look up a stock ticker symbol. Now, the third way I would invest my first $100 is I would look at blue chip stocks. So blue chip stocks are companies that have been around for a long period of time. So you can think of companies like Apple, Microsoft, Amazon. All of these companies are huge blue chip stocks. They're companies that have been around for a long time and they produce a tremendous amount of cash. And these are fantastic for the long term to invest in. And some of these I personally hold as well. One of my favorite ones of all time is Apple. And years ago, I bought Apple for $90 a share, and that's before it split multiple times. And when I bought that stock, I have made and doubled and tripled and quadrupled my money, and it has now produced over 10x my original investment amount. That's an amazing long-term investment. And over time, I'm never gonna sell this company. And as their dividends increase, and as their profit increases, and as their cash increases, this is something that is absolutely amazing. So Apple is a company that is one that you can look into and research more and see if it's for you. Listen, I hope this helped you figure out where you want to put your first $100 when you start investing. Because once you start investing, you're going to build tremendous wealth. And as you allowed compound interest to start building up for you, it is one of the most amazing catapults to your wealth building ability. It will absolutely change your life. And once you see it start to work for you, you're unstoppable. And that is the amazing thing about this. That is the amazing thing about building wealth. So get started today, invest your first $100 so that you can start building generational wealth for you and your family for years to come. Listen, I hope you loved this video. If you want to see more of my videos, check out this one and this one. They're fantastic. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe and gently like the video, and maybe even tap that notification bell as well. And thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you on the next video.